this edition of Measuring Valley Hoops. I'm Debbie Antonelli, and I am pleased to be joined by Cindy Stein, the head coach for Southern Illinois. Cindy, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing excellent.
Well, I guess so, because your team is off to a great start. 9-5, the highest RPI in the Valley, 2-0, two tough wins on the road. What kind of statement does this say about your team heading into conference play?
Well, it's interesting because, as I told our team, it's not really a statement if you lose the next one. So it's always about the next game, and we feel very fortunate to be in this position. We knew that was going to be a tough road trip. Two outstanding teams that we were fortunate enough to beat, but it still comes down to every single team in our conference presents us a problem. So we've got to be ready for every game.
That's what I've been talking about, Cindy, the balance in the league. There's 5 different teams that have received a vote for first place, and you're one of them, and you beat 2 teams ahead of you on the road. But you've got 3 redshirt seniors that are the core of what you do. They all average 1,000 points, one of only 4 teams in the country that have 3 1,000-point scorers. How much fun is it to distribute the basketball with that group?
Well, it's been nice just in the fact that I feel like we do have a lot of weapons, but honestly, those 3, we want them to continue to be steady, but it's going to be the play of other people, a Carly Corrigan, a Kylie Gablehouse, and Kim NEBO, Selena Van Hefty. Those are the kids that have got to always step up every game because we've getting so many people keying on those 3.
I know you mentioned Kim NEBO. I want to talk about her for a second because she's the Missouri Valley Scholar Athlete of the Week, but she did an incredible lockdown job on the road on Lindsay Wendell, holding her 1 for 13 from the floor. I know there was some other team effort there, but is she becoming your lockdown defensive player on the perimeter?
Well, she brings so much energy, and that's what we've really liked about Kim NEBO's play is that, she's not always doing everything right, but, man, she's playing hard. She learns from a mistake quickly. She just makes everything tough, and she knows that's her role right now is that she needs to do whatever she can defensively. She needs to hit the boards, and she also can be a pretty good scorer.
Well, I'm glad you got to scoring because, I don't like to spend too much time on defense, and I know your team is very good because they're very athletic. You've got a great stopper in the middle and Diana Pierre who can erase a lot of mistakes off dribble penetration when you're good on the perimeter and defending. But on the offensive end, 10 threes against Drake. The second time this year you've had 10 threes. How good has your three-point shooting been around Diana Pierre, and how does that help her operate inside?
Well, obviously when we're hitting threes, it helps Diana because they have to come out and cover us. That's just an important part of our game. We know that that's an emphasis. She's getting so many, double and triple teams. We just know that we're going to have to hit some shots out there in the perimeter. Our key for us is, not shooting them too early. We're not that Iowa State that wants to shoot in the first 4 seconds across in half before you turn it over. We may turn the ball over, but we want to make sure that we get a really good look and not we don't want to have to play defense forever if we're taking those quick shots.
Well, I love Napier and Macklin. They are terrific in the backcourt for you. And Napier already has 37 threes. She only made 60 last year. How good has your off-season skill development been, and how have you been able to keep those seniors playing at such a high level?
Well, one thing we've been very blessed with, obviously, is I have a great staff. They do a great job of working with these kids, working with getting them shots within our offense. Also, the kids come and they spend a lot of time in the gym. I mean, you would love it. I mean, Napier's a kid, you'd say shoot till your arm falls off. Well, she's having shoulder issues right now because she shoots so much. So
I love it.
She, they do a great job of getting in and getting their shots if things aren't clicking.
Okay, this radio luncheon that you have, Inside Basketball with the Salukis, is this like all about basketball or is it part stand-up comedy? Because I know how you can handle a crowd.
Well, it's a little bit of both, I think. We bring in people that once a month that we have a luncheon and we tape our radio show at that time. So it allows them to ask questions. We get to meet people. Our kids get to come and interact with the fans, and so that's always a lot of fun. And once in a while, I can throw a crack a joke. I'm not a very good stand-up, so but I'm really good at assessing the situation.
Cindy, 5 wins your first year, 17 last year. You're off to a great start again this year. What does your team need to do to get better?
Well, I hate to tell you this, Debbie, because I'm really emphasizing defense. I just think defense wins games. I know you're going to disagree with that, but I want us to continue to get better defensively because there's going to be days when we're not hitting our shots. So, our conference is too good to think that you're going to be able to do whatever you want offensively. Someone's always taking something away from you, and you've got to adjust quick. And then obviously we have so many weapons to have to defend. You've got to get defensive stops.
Cindy, you got the next 3 at home. You talked about defensive stops and how your team needs to get better. How do you keep their focus in the right spot? Because if I believe this is right, last year you lost at the end of the year and it kept you out of the NIT. How do you make sure that you don't have that slip up with the next 3 at home, building off of what you just did with those 2 huge wins on the road against Drake and Northern Iowa? Sorry.
Well, I think the thing that's been encouraging for us is that, I know Drake and Northern Iowa probably didn't play their best against us, and we didn't play our best. But at the same time is that our team chemistry is outstanding right now, and we're grinding it out. And that's what I really like about this team is showing the toughness. And that's what we've got to show every game. I think our leadership's good, where these kids understand one game at a time. They know it's conference. They know how tough it is. There's a familiarity there. They spend a lot of time scouting the other teams. I mean, ESPN3 has been a beautiful thing because our kids are always watching the other teams play. So they pretty much have a scout in place before we even talk to them. So, and that's a lot of its senior leadership.
Well, Cindy Stein, Southern Illinois, thank you so much for joining us on Measuring Valley Hoops. I'm Debbie Antonelli. Thank you for being with us, Coach.
Thank you.